Everybody, welcome back to the office. We have today Professor Prashant Bhasin, and we are actually from the other end of the world. He is from India. We're from Canada. So, good morning, doctor. How you doing?
Thank you. Thank you. And good night to you. Thanks for connecting.
But I think this is one of the great things of this crisis is we don't care about where you anymore. We just have to care about the time zone.
Yes, that's it.
So, Professor Bashim, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
I'm Dr. Prashant Bhasin, working as a professor and head of the department at a university in Delhi. And also I'm running my own practice in Delhi from last about 18 years now, and practicing exclusively microendodontics and endodontics in my practices. And being privileged to travel across the globe, share my experiences and view with the august gathering of clinicians, academicians across the globe. So again, it's like the idea behind is that we should travel so that we can learn and share. That's what I always believe, that learning and sharing is a continuous process. The more you learn, the more you share, and that's how the world is all about. So being an educator, I always say that the life should be full of new challenges so that you can learn from them and you can develop them from there.
Talking about challenges, I'd like to know how is it over there about this crisis that hit us and that most of us has been put on pause. How's it over there?
Yes. See, the COVID crisis, undoubtedly, if we all agree to it, that it has actually put us in a state of lockdown. But are we really in a state of lockdown? I always say we are not in a state of lockdown in our thoughts, in our motivations, and in our challenges, what we are seeing in the routine dental or the routine days, what we have been doing. It has actually made us develop more on and as an individual, and as a like we can connect to people like how we are connected. So I think it has given us the opportunity that the time what is in lockdown, we can actually make that time fruitful and more in a learning of our new thoughts and new ways that we can develop ourselves as an individual, number one, and as a clinician and as a professional, number two.
But as a professor, do you have any students who have a hard time graduating because that all the courses are not online only?
Yes, there, see, because of the so much of COVID pandemic, which has been spread all across the globe, what has happened, the students we have been teaching it, the institutions are shut down because of the direct patient interaction, right? So definitely what we have done, we have come up with the online programs for them so that they can learn the things, and we are doing some kind of a virtual training for them as well. The idea is that the show must go on. That's what we believe. The show must go on. That's what the focus is. Even in hard times, we are trying to be connected with our students, with our patients, with our followers, so that at the end of the day, we are able to help each other and keep them motivated during these tough times.
And based on what you know, when will you think that everything can resume normally over there?
See, in Delhi, probably, or in India, what I will say, the things are settling down. Maybe it takes another probably 2 months that it will get back to, yes, that will get back to normal. Reason being, the number of cases that we are seeing, they are actually now rising at the peak. So definitely once, it's always like that, you have to go to the peak and then the peak has to come down. If we see all across the globe, this has happened. But yes, we are waiting for the good times to be back and we resume our practices soon.
You seem very calm as somebody who knows that you're just in the middle of a crisis.
Yes.
How do you stay that calm and smiling?
See, the best thing is at the end of the day, I believe that you need to adapt to all the situations. And that's the key for the success. And the two things which whenever I'm like in any forum, or whether I believe in my life, that you need to have a good patience and a persistence. If you have both of them with you, I think you can travel anywhere and you can achieve whatever the success is there. The only thing is what you need to be is more calm, more patient, and persistence. Take the day it comes, believe in it, and go further.
So based on the fact that you're so calm, and I think I can hear that you're very wise. What do you think that as a professor and also as a dentist, you will get out from this crisis? Because there's a lot of things that we have to adapt. And do you think that some of those change will last in the long term?
See, yes, the changes always help you to become better. That's what exactly I feel. See, maybe during this COVID times or in this pandemic, we have got to know there are so many things which actually affects our life, not only a virus, if you take that way, isn't it? There's so many routine things that we were affecting us. But yes, once we're in a team, once we're in a part of like a lockdown or in case of a pandemic, things will start changing to the better. It will help us to inculcate new measures, what we had been lacking probably in the last so many years. It helps us to look on a longer perspective and a broader perspective of any treatment plans or any kind of executions in our practices so that we know. See, as all we know that this pandemic comes after 100 years. That's what is being said, right? So 2020 is a year like after 100 years we have seen of another pandemic. And to be frank, what I have realized, our children are becoming much more now responsible by seeing these kind of conditions happening in our routine and in our routine day-to-day activities. So again, definitely these changes will help us to grow in a much better professional and also as a human.
And as a dentist, because I've been doing this for the last 3 months, and all across the world, all dentists suffer the same fate. We were all put on pause. Nobody care much about us, and
Yes,
our profession has to be rethink and rebuilt. I'd like to
yes.
have your perspective on it.
Yes, our profession has to be rethink and rebuilt. I totally agree with you. We need to think ahead of time now if we have to really go forward to it. The one thing what I always believe is that we as a dentist are one man army, one man army. We have to work for ourselves to get our things moving, isn't it? That's what I believe. Till the time you are available, you are practicing, I think your patients are with you. And that's what is the need of the hour now. We need to get connected with our patients both as emotionally, mentally as well. Because that's what is being lacking, what I have been saying in last so many years. That we have become good professionals, but sometimes what happens when you not have that connect with your patients, even the patients become more professional with you. So yes, with due course of time, you will learn that thing, and that's what we have learned. That at the end of this is what I do in my practice. I'm connected with my patient 24/7, 365 days. Whenever I treat them, I tell them only one thing: my phone is on for you 24/7, 365 days. So that's the confidence that we need to build in us, in our fraternity, and in our patients as well.
To give your phone number, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a very good. See, during this pandemic, see, the thing is, the pandemic is not only to me or to him, it is to everybody, right? And as we know that the businesses are stopped, it's not only affected us, it has affected even the every economy of the world, whether it's a business, whether it's a professional. So everybody is actually sailing in the same boat, right? So when you are sailing in the same boat, so we need to sail out it together with our own thoughts and with our more connectivity to the world and to the people.
So you open the door to it. So I have to ask, since you're giving your phone number to all your patients, I believe that most of the time now you'll be treating them through the phone. So this is bringing us to the era of teledentistry. Uh,
Yes.
what is the position of the dentists of India about treating people over a screen like we're doing right now?
Yes, we are doing it. Definitely, we are doing it because if you see earlier, the teledentistry was not so much in picture. But yes, because this COVID times, what has happened, the patients are also now like staying at home. They are trying to protect themselves because see, as we know that it depends on your practice, whether it's a young patient, old patient. We see all kind of patients in our practices, right? So what happens when the patients are at home and you are connected with them on teledentistry? The one of the best thing what I have realized that they believe that you care for them, and that care is very important during this time, and that has opened the door to connect them with more, I think, more as a person and rather than as a professional. Because during the you can say the hard times, what I believe we have to be connected more personally than professionally, because once you are connected personally, I think the professional feelings go above and higher over there.
They have your cell phone number. Of course, you're personal with them.
Yes. So
This
that's the beauty.
is a degree
Yes,
above
yes, we have
professionalism.
to take it above of it. Yes.
But how did the board, the states react about teledentistry? Because I know that in the United States it was legal. In Canada, it wasn't legal until the confinement. So is India ahead of the curve, or they still discussing the advent of teledentistry?
See, we are not reached to that peak. Yes, we are waiting for that, the curve for the pandemic to reach to that peak. So that is the reason we are actually slowing down in dentistry nowadays. We are going a little slower. We are nowadays only taking care of the acute emergencies which is being there to our patients by getting in all the protocols, what is being standardized by the regulatory bodies like American Dental Association and the CDC. We are following all the protocols to our center so that we can give the patients an absolute care with good sterilization and disinfection procedures.
And what are your perspective about when you be resuming? Are you scared that your patient will not be showing back, or you think that they all gonna line up to go back into care?
No, no, the patient will definitely come back to us for sure. Because again, as I said, as the time is increasing, definitely the problems are also increasing of the teeth. No doubt about it. Reason being the patients and everybody, we are also going in this way that at the end of the day, what we need to understand is the patient's problem is the priority. So in case the patient is having an acute emergency, definitely the priority is there. All the dentists in India, those who are working religiously and ethically in their practices, we are giving the acute emergency services to them. And definitely patient will come back to us.
Let me give you some hope since we're a little ahead of your timing on this. In North America, all across Canada, United States, people were kind of frustrated to stay home for about 2 months, 2 months and a half. So they were rushing back to our clinics to just try to recoup what they lost in time. While we were thinking that they won't be hesitant to come back because of financial problems, maybe because they are scared of coming back. There's none of that. It's about 10%. Most of them are just in a rush to say, let's resume our life as normal.
That's what I say. We are also doing the same, but only we are taking care of the acute emergencies. See, in India, the perspective is little different. Now, what I believe is at the end of the day, what we need to understand that even if we are at a slowdown, we are not losing on, definitely you are losing on something like your money, your day-to-day expenses, right? That is what you are losing at. But try to understand here, in India, it is totally different perspective. Most, if we take it as 365 days of a practice of any individual, what I realized, they are about 70 to 80 days in the whole year in which you don't practice, isn't it? I take it like this way in a more positive form. Like there are about 70 to 80 days, maybe there is some vacation time when you are going, maybe some marriages in the family, that you are not going to a dentist or you are not practicing as a dentist. So let's take it that God has given us those 70 days altogether as a vacation time to develop yourself, and rest on leftover days are with you to work. So I don't think that the time or the days you have lost will not come back. It has actually given you, number one, to explore yourself more as an individual, and the rest of the days after 80 are for you to work for your patients. So you
So
have to be much
you're
more.
enjoying your vacation right now.
Yeah, take it like that. See, take it like that. It's no doubt that these things have come have as one point that you have got 70 to 80 days not to work. Probably that the God wanted to you to do. That you need to recuperate yourself. You need to like you can regenerate yourself. The idea is, okay, this is a pandemic. The idea is the more you regenerate in this point of time, your thoughts become more fruitful, more positive. You will see the world in a very different form with due course of time.
So based on your saying, what hits you in India, it's kind of a blessing. You have the time to just recuperate, to relax, and to restart stronger after this.
Yes, see, if you don't take this pandemic, if you start thinking about this pandemic a lot, then where you will go? You will take stress, you will spoil your health, right? Isn't it? And do you think by spoiling our health, we will going to work further in our life? I don't think so. So the best thing is keep calm, take it in a more positive way, try to develop yourself the more you can in terms of your knowledge, in terms of your experiences, in terms of your learning, like through the any medias, what is possible to you. Because learning and knowledge never goes as a waste. That's what I feel. You can implement it with due course of time into your practices.
I love your positivity, Doc. This
Thank
is
you.
it's a ray of sunshine. Now, let's get to the second part of our interview because we got together because there's a peer-to-peer initiative that is organized to just fill our schedule with this confinement. Can you explain to me what is the initiative and what we're trying to achieve?
Well, this initiative was started with our great friend Dr. Kinnaur Shah, a person who has a zeal, I feel, who has a zeal to connect the people all together the globe with one thought. Let's grow together. I think that's more important. And peer-to-peer concept, that's what we have been sharing throughout the globe, is that we should get connected with the thoughts of other people. That's more important, because reason being, in today's time what we need to have is we need to have a good team which have a same thinking, and number one, which believes in development, which believes in sharing, which believes in coming to under one umbrella and share their thoughts and experiences with our fellow colleagues. And that's what the peer to peer is all about. The more you go into it, you will realize that this is just like a family of not only 100 or thousands, or it's more than now 2 million, as you know. And as we have done one nice webinar, the new concept which we have been doing it, and you are the one of the most like elite invited guests for us, which we are looking forward to host you. And you will realize that at the end of the day, what we have done is we have actually, the thing is, we have made dentistry come to their home with the new knowledge, with the new concepts. Sitting at home and learning, I think that's what is the need of the hour during this pandemic. And if we are able to reach to them more in terms of ethics, more in terms of their new technologies, I think that's the best learning what we can do to our fellow colleagues.
You know, I buy in completely into that peer to peer, but our industry all across the world, we are so isolate, and we have been known to compete against another. So how hard was it to start connecting people so they can just drop the defenses and start sharing?
Yes, I totally agree with you. The thing is, when you have positivity here, you have positivity there. That's what I believe. We are able to reach to people, and we are able to share our concepts in a different form. And when we shared with them that what we are exactly doing, something which is knowledge sharing, that is what we came across, that at the end of the day, we are able to achieve to all the best people who are there, who are actually ready to share their knowledge and experiences with the experts sitting in the industry for almost about 40 to 45 years of experience, are actually helping us to grow us in that way. And you won't believe it, the positive thought what we had, and with the positivity we move forward, we got a very good response from all our you can say all our contributors to the top 100 or the peer-to-peer group. And that has actually made us believe in this concept. And again, as we say, we are a team. It's not only as an individual, it's a team of regions, it's a team of chairs, it's a team of organizer, it's a team which actually working round the clock to work on this project. And what we believe at the end of the day, share the knowledge as much as possible. Don't keep it here. Share it to them.
I keep hearing the word team and sharing, team and sharing. Would like to describe you to us your team. Who are composed in that team?
The team is composed of all the dentists. Can you imagine? We have all the dentists who are working round the clock in different time zones. That's the beauty. See, most of the time what happens, the people are working in a one time zone. But with us, like how I'm in India and Kinnaur is in United States, you are in Canada. This is what the team is all about. We are still connected. That is what we need. It is the positivity. The team is basically, we have good all the doctors from all across the globe. We have one dream team which have which is you can say which is being formed to do a program for in such a way that we are able to reach to maximum of our peers, right? We can influence our peers, we can share our experiences with them. Now the sharing of experience means that getting some of the good names or the big names, and also giving opportunities to the new names in the field of dentistry who are doing a good work, to a platform from where they can actually share and learn also from the seniors. That's what I believe. A team, what I always say, is has two things. Number one, people with experience, and number two, people with energy. That is what a team is all about. And when energy and experience combine, it takes you to achieve another milestone. That is what we are trying to do all together.
So you're too modest, and I have the same feeling with Dr. Kinar. Experience, energy, but you are bringing in wisdom. And
Yes.
you need vision and wisdom to go to make this work. So
Correct.
I stand humble by your initiative, and I have to, for the name of a profession, thank you. You're giving us hope.
See, it's only not you and me. It's us. And us is always one thing. When we are on a, as I said earlier, when we are sailing in the same boat, we have to row the boat together to the shore. And what is the shore? Shore is has knowledge. Shore has paternity. Shores has everything. We have to reach to a shore only by sailing together with the knowledge, because every person who is rowing the boat knows what is his work. And once we start knowing that what we are actually need to do, I think the success is always ours.
Let me bring you some hope. We just finished here in North America, actually in America, because there were people from all America. We had a book called Relevancy, and it was a reflection about our profession, how it's going to go forward. But I am so happy to find people, even in India, who share the same feeling. And
Yes.
we should have met sooner, so you will be part of that book.
Probably in the next book. See, because when you send me the invitation and I went through your profile, obviously when we go and connect to each other, I was so amazed to see that 65 books. It was an awesome, right? And another 7 in the pipeline, you said. So again,
now
I
I'm
will
stuck. Now I'm stuck with it.
see if I love to be a part of. I will say I will love to be and contributing to the book of yours. It
Absolutely,
will be
sir.
it will be actually an honor for me to write something on that what exactly the world after COVID-19, or probably the pandemic, or how you can grow as together.
So now that we have so much fun, I have to tell you that as soon as you commit with me, we're gonna commit through the air, but a book with me, because I have a very short attention span. So it's about 2 weeks. It's gonna
Okay.
be very intense, but then I have to move on because I have to keep up the pace. But a book in 2 weeks, it is something true. You know that with Dr. Kinar, we just started a project today. I
Yes.
the discover made, and if everything's fine before I'm gonna be on your podinar, the book will be done.
Wow.
This is really
Salute
what
to
I'm
you.
saying.
That's super. That's super. See, that's what now let me ask you a question. What makes you doing that?
Okay. I thought that would be for our partner, but it all started because here in Canada, I tried to change the concept of dentistry because we are too isolated and we have too much infrastructure on the ground. So I kind of revamped the model a little bit so dentists can share resources, but still own their own practice. So it's not a DSO model. It's something completely different. It's like we build hotel for dentists, and then we start to share all the resources. So it was a good idea, and I had the favor of the financial world. They say, hey, this is great. It's like you're building condos and you're at the beginning of it. But you know that our industry is a very conservative one. So even if you give the best deal to a peer dentist, they will not believe it until somebody else has tried it.
Yes.
So I was fighting with the idea of, do I spend a fortune on marketing, or do I go out there and to spread the message myself? And I know that people laugh at me when I say that, but if you look at me, I am lazy, but no, the first class of easy. If there's a way for me to cut a corner, I will. So I wasn't looking to take more duty, but looking at what people were asking me to just, okay, I'll be your salesperson. They ask for crazy amount, and by the end of the day, you still not believe them because they don't believe in what they say. They just trying to sell a speech. So it's okay, I have to do it. There's no other way. And a friend of mine who's a producer said, okay, but you got it all wrong, buddy. What you have to do is you have to go out there and speak to a crowd of people about your experience, not about what you're trying to sell them. So forget your dentist. Talk about you're an entrepreneur. Talk to a crowd of entrepreneurs who like to learn from you. So I was scratching my head and saying, hey, that makes sense. I don't have to sell. I love this. All I have to do is to share. But then he told me that, by the way, you be speaking after Michelle Obama. And he wasn't kidding. So that scared the crap out of me. And excuse my English, but really that was it. And I'm never scared of anything. except from God. But I was scared of speaking after Michelle Obama because
Yeah.
people would just stand up and leave. So I need to get prepared. So what I did is I went online and I went through a few TED talks, and I kind of take the structure how they were making the speech within about 20 minutes. Because by that time, TED talks were 20 minutes. Today it's about 5 minutes. It's shorter and shorter. And I prepared a few on my experience as an entrepreneur. And I met another friend of mine saying that he's a movie producer. He told me that if you want to share stuff, don't share what you think you look good at. That's the boring stuff. Share your
Super.
mistakes, share your failure.
Yes.
And as soon as he said that, that opened the door in my mind and said, oh, and you won't believe me, I was writing from my phone between my patients. But as soon as you said that, okay, share your failure, I had 20 years of failure. Man, that felt good.
Yes.
So,
That's, yeah, you're right. Absolutely. I agree to it because I always believe that your failures are your pillars of your success.
but actually,
That's what,
we're a dentist. We try to erase a failure. But
yes,
after 20 years, say, talk about your failure. Wow. So things were going by himself. Within 2 weeks, I got 21 TED Talks aligned about different chapter of failure that I had in my life.
yes,
Went back to my producer, said, so which one do you want? But by the second week, I kind of knew what I was doing. So I put an introduction, a conclusion, and a title. So that was my first book within 2 weeks. The crazy thing is, I didn't stop my life to do that. So I woke up about 2 hours early in the morning from 5 to 7, and I was writing. And after that, the day would start. After I finished that, I kept waking up at 5. But I had nothing to do. So after about a week, I said, oh, okay, let's start another book. Another.
yes.
Today, I'm at my 65 within less than 3 years. And I can't stop
That's
anymore.
super.
I cannot stop because it's like Michael Phelps. Every time I write a new book, it's a new record. I don't even have time to submit, but I know I've done it. I don't care anymore. So it's like, okay, for as long as I have something to say, I'll say it. And this is your next question. How can I write that much after 65 books? How can I have something to say? The hardest one is the first one because you try to look good writing the book. Eventually, you get rid to the first one, and then you don't care about what people think of you anymore. You're naked already. I've been through all my mistakes. So then it's getting better. Writing it's like for me a way to talk to myself in the morning to make sure that I can make sense of what's going on, and especially the COVID crisis that allowed me a platform to think ahead. So because I was writing it, and I'm not writing fiction, I'm writing philosophy, I'm writing society. So I have to reflect on what's going on, where we're heading, and how can we make sense of it. So writing today, it's kind of a meditation for me. It's a kind of form of meditation. And if you structure this 2 chapters within 2 weeks, you have a book.
That's beautiful. See, that's what I believe that once you start using your time constructively, that is how you develop yourself. And that's even what I've been doing in my routine, you can say day-to-day activities. Like it's been a lockdown in India from probably, you can say 12th of March or 13th of March. And the official lockdown was announced in India on 22nd of March, 2020. And till then, till you can see till the last week of this month, the first week of this month, we have now started unlocking India. So India is now unlocking, right? So for that 2 months when it was a lockdown, what I was doing, I was developing myself. Developing myself in how? In learning new things, maybe through the webinars, the new things, what the new all, because the knowledge is not like I have everything. It's like you grasp, you absorb from others as well. Because every individual has something good to absorb. And if you have to become good, you have to see the good in it. And that's what I had been doing. I had been developing myself both as physically, mentally, spending time with my family, because I was traveling a lot, because I had this opportunity to travel across the globe. I was in Canada in 2000, I think probably in 16. I was invited for delivering a lecture at the World Dentistry Summit in Canada. So again, being traveling since last so many years, what I have realized that once you travel, you learn and you share, but you stay away from your family. But once this lockdown came in, I need to spend more time. We are able to spend time together as a family. We are able to like go to the next level of understanding that makes you learn, right? And that's how exactly you change the entire perspective. and so too in dentistry. I have learned so much in last 2 months in terms of the new learning from our seniors, from our fellow colleagues who had been delivering extensive knowledge on their different forums, and I've been attending almost all of them. And that's what I have gained at the end of the day. I gained friends, I gained more knowledge, I became much more wiser, what you can say, and I can say I was able to connect with so many people along with the global summit. That's what they have given me the opportunity, that they have actually made us think ahead of time. That's what we are discussing right now.
I have to come back to this because the Global Summit, 2.2 million peers. I don't even know there were so many dentists on the globe. It's
Yes,
phenomenal what you have achieved.
you won't believe it, in India, how many dental colleges we have? 200 plus dental colleges. In India, 200 plus dental colleges we have, and out of that, probably every year about 15 to 20,000 undergraduates pass out, and probably around 10,000 postgraduate pass out, around that much, right? And what is that? The idea is not about only India, Asia, Canada, or United States. When you get connected in totality. That is what exactly we looked at. And definitely to us it was a very good experience when we started with this project, and when we were seeing the counts, the people are interacting. And the best part is we will not say top 100, we will say the 100 minds who joined together with the same thought to deliver a forum with good energy, ethically, scientifically, and evidence based. And this has actually helped us to grow as a group, as a team, and also as an individual throughout.
But
And that is
2.2
how the people
million,
got connected.
you have reached that what within months?
Yes, within months, just 1 month, you can say that.
Wow. Now you have to tell me the story. How can it within a month reach 2.2 million peers?
We were able to reach it because, see, as I said, we have the team working around it. It's not only about the dream team or the regents, it's about all the 100 and so many people who are connected with us to different medias. See how people will get connected with you. Once they believe in you, then only you will get connected with them, right? And they were following, and whatever we have been doing, they have been the part of it. All the social media platforms, as Dr. Kinnaur has already shared with you, we have been working on many other social media. But yes, can you imagine, we have done this only through the Facebook, just through the Facebook, 2.2 million people connected with us, because each and every individual who is a part of a global summit has worked ethically for this program. And we will continue to work for further programs as well.
We have to clarify. We're dentists. We're talking
Yes.
about teeth. 2.2 million people. I have my mind blown away. Congratulations. I don't even know if that's possible to find 2.2 million dentists, but 2.2 million peers connecting and try to better themselves to this crisis about dentistry, about patient care. It's from another world.
Yeah, it's another word even for us. You won't believe it, when we started this project and we started this happening and we got these things in pipeline. It was so amazing to see that people are joining in, because everybody realized what I feel, that during this lockdown, the best is let's get connected. That is what exactly. And I think it has created a very good bond, because a bond is connected probably in such a way that we now know each other, both in terms, because we are able to give something which is both scientifically correct, evidence based. And the best thing is, what was the best thing is that we had a complete panorama of all the specialties. That's what I would like to share with you. Not only to endodontics or prosthodontics or orthodontics, even to practice building, even to COVID-19 protocols. So all the great minds, they have come together and helped, I think, our fraternity and to us to actually come and know about this crisis time and how we can go ahead of it.
Now I am intimidated. I don't know if I want to go there. 2.2 million people with the brightest mind of our industry. I'm not one of them.
You will, once you are there, you will love to be with us. We are looking forward for that.
I'm just a guy trying to have fun here.
See,
So
the life is all about fun. You keep do the fun on, keep the learning on, and let the things move on. That's always better.
I did told you that I'm lazy, right? So when it's fun, I'm there. If not, I try to skip.
See,
I try to skip.
see, yeah, for fun, what I believe, everybody has the fun definition totally different from each other. That is what exactly it is.
But where I think that we meet, it's you talk a lot about sharing, and
Yes,
there's no fun if you cannot share it. This is one of the key to this. If you want to have fun, you need to share. You know, there's no fun.
yes. If you don't share the fun, it will not be a fun.
Actually, don't share. There's no fun. Try that.
There's
Try
no
that
fun.
out.
Yes, yes, that's right.
Sir, we're talking, and this is about the time we have. But I would like to ask you, if we need to end up on a note of hope, what would be your hope for our future?
Our future is very bright. Our future is very bright. Why? Because the one thing what I have realized, that once you start looking things forward with your time and you start investing in the time what you have actually left behind, and you take it next level, what you will realize it, that the future of dentistry will going to change now. That's what I would like to say. It will be more on the pain perspective dentistry with time, like how it was more on the probably on the aesthetic side. What I will say, we are change. This will going to change the entire concept of working. Secondly, definitely, like if you see all around the globe, the first thing the virus had hit is actually the dentist, isn't it? Because it is spreading through the oral cavity. Now, because of the new understanding procedures of the disinfection protocols, and also if you can say the sterilization protocols and many other protocols which have been inculcated, it will help us to develop in such a different way that we should be ready for another crisis if it is coming in, because it has made us so strong to invest into those technologies which will help us to grow. But the future is good, because earlier, as we see that the dentist, definitely there will be for some period of time there will be a downfall. It happens, it is in every industry, that earlier the dentists who were joining the institutions or those who are taking the undergraduate programs were more, and suddenly it will go down less because they will feel that the dentistry has a more like you can say a problematic zone in patients and doctor working. But yes, what I have seen, but due course of time, the people will get aware of their oral health. That is the beauty of it. And so many studies have actually said that if you have a poor oral health, you have a more chances of having COVID complications. So again, that is what it will help us to grow. It will help us, the patients, the people, to understand that the oral health is one of the main criteria to take care in your future. And that will give us a good future in times to come.
So the word of the end is the future is bright. Those are the word of
Yes,
Prashant Bhasin. And
100%.
with leaders as positive as you, I am sure that our future is lining up.
For sure.
So before we end this and we talk about it, let's say that we have an idea of a book together. What would your book be about?
My book be about that how you can face pandemics as a dentist.
So you're writing this in provision in foreseeing that there's a second one coming?
See, what I will like to say two things in, by the time we end it up. What will you give to your children when you go from this world? What will we give to our children when we go from this world before we end up? We need to tell them two things. First, that you have to be persistent in your life, whatever the circumstances come. Second, you need to become much more ethical in your working. And number third, believe in yourself and believe in God. Both will help you to sail through it as a winner.
Sir, again, thank you for your knowledge and your positivity. And you know that everything I say on air or everything I say, I will have to do. Let me start this book with Dr. Kinar, and you'll be invited as a guest speaker. Hopefully, you accept. And
Thank you.
if you have an idea in mind, you know that I have 7 books to write by the end of August. So package an idea that I can understand, and I hope that you're ready, because within about 2 weeks the book will be ready. And now that we know that there's so many people watching us, they will be available on either ebook form. They can be available also on Amazon print on demand. But I am working, and this is a scoop. I am working on a way to produce audiobooks at light speed. So it's going to be even easier for people to consume the knowledge. But then we have to be very careful what we're saying because a lot of people will be hearing it.
Yes, 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 absolutely, absolutely.
Professor
See,
Bhasin,
but see, people will every person has their own experience to share, I believe, and that's what I have learned in my life, that you should learn from the experiences, because there are two things. One is age and one is experience. When you have an experience, that is the building stone of your life, and learn from the experience of others, and it will help you to develop and build a good personality, and before that a good humor.
the future is bright. And especially when Dr. Bashim keeps sharing, we're going to have fun.
For
This is
sure.
what I'm thinking from
I
this interview.
thank you so much. It's actually, I feel so blessed, and today that we are able to connect together and we are actually able to share some thoughts. See, all thoughts are to be shared. The more you share, as I said again, you talk your heart out, and the more you talk your heart out, you get connected better.
I will join you on this. I felt today, it's a genuine feeling. A feeling that we want to connect and we want to do something with this. And knowing that you still have about 2 months of time ahead, let's plan for to do something great.
Sure, I will. It will be honor for me to be connected on that. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
the honor is all mine, Doc. Let's reconvene and meet again next time. I think that would be reversing role. You'll be the one interviewing me.
Yes, and I'll be waiting for your to see you on our global summit on the Podina. The concept, we are very excited to have you there, and just looking forward for all the things from you. And I will, and we love to host you on our Podina. It will be a great experience for us as well, and to all our peers.
You're putting a lot of pressure on.
See, it's not a pressure. Again, as I said, it's the fun. You have such a great intensity, you have such a great knowledge, which you have actually developed yourself. And if that knowledge reaches to our peers, our fellow colleagues, our doctors, that how they can develop themselves from your experiences, I think that's the best thing you can ever do for any of us. So we are just looking forward to have you with us.
I will end on this because we can go on for hours, but I will end on this. You said a lot that sharing is what makes us grow. I can tell you that I start sharing a lot, especially when I start writing books, and I did more within the last 3 years that I accomplished in the first 40. So yes, the more you share, the more you make space to learn other stuff. And it is really very true what they say. The more you learn, the more you know that you don't know anything.
Yes, yes, that's what. When you start, like I share with you, when you are listening to some of the good like webinars and some of the good thoughts, we definitely realize, because see, every brain has a limited capacity. We can be good in one part, two parts, or three parts, but we cannot be good in everything. Every person has something good to absorb. That's what I say. When they share their experience, that experience is what they have experienced in their life. And that is why they are sharing with us, so that we should not become a guinea pig of that experience. We should learn from that experience, put it into the practice, and develop ourselves as a good human, as a good clinician, good academician, or probably as a good person in totality.
This is just the beginning. We'll have a friendship starting right here and a book to write together.
Yes, thank you so much.
That's
I'll be
about
looking forward, and we can discuss on it further.
the honor was all mine. I'll be talking to you pretty soon.